It's been so long since I was filming, working on the boat. I almost feel like I forgot how to do it. Oh, I got all kinds of epoxy in my hair. Ow. During my little filming break, I got a lot of boring, tedious stuff done. Let's see if I can even remember. I got fiberglass on the inside. I got epoxy in every little nook and cranny. I did some more framing. The front deck is totally framed out and ready to have the actual deck installed as soon as I buy plywood for that. It has been quite tedious. I'm now having the opposite problem of where I was 6 months ago, trying to use epoxy and it was freezing. It's now been in the 90s every single day. I cannot work fast enough to keep up with how quickly the epoxy hardens. I eventually decided to just start getting up at 5 and just getting out here. But today's actually only supposed to be in the high 70s, so I think we should be in pretty good shape, hopefully. For the back deck, I have most of the pieces cut out and coated in epoxy and ready to be installed, but there's still one more thing left to do before I can install them, which is to build the motor well. This little project is going to require me to cut into my hull, which I am not looking forward to, but I'm supposed to make a 10-degree angle right here, and I don't actually know the best way to do this, so I just set my chop saw to 10 degrees, slice this board, and I'm using it as like a stencil, I guess. So this is the size of the hole I'm gonna have to cut out of my boat. It doesn't seem that bad now that I'm looking at it. Let's see if I remember how to use my router. As satisfying as ever. The instructions want me to mark it and then remove this and cut it. But I kind of think maybe I just go with the router again. Okay. I am so nervous, but I double checked like 100 times. This is definitely what I'm supposed to do. No turning back now, I guess. I feel like this is safer for me and the boat. I weirdly always feel so much better after I've done these huge things, which is dumb because now I don't have any chance to fix it if I did it wrong, but there's also no chance that I'm about to mess up something huge because I already did, you know? Pressure's off. Jeez. Well, there she is. I feel like I've earned myself a lunch break. Oh wow. I think I may have filleted a little bit too hard here. I'm having a hard time getting this to go in. I think I'm gonna take the lazy way out and just shave these down a little bit. I think the hardest part of that is done. Definitely the scariest part is done. Speaking of hard parts being done, I was hopeful the whole time I was building the hull that once I was done with that, the rest of it would feel easy by comparison. So far so good. Admittedly, I've not worked on it that much since I flipped the hull, but at this point I'm still hopeful anyway. Okay, what's next? Okay, I'm not sure what else I can do while that epoxy is drying. I think I might need to just wait. I was thinking I could clean up the garage a little bit, but it is full of drying pieces of wood, so I'm just quitting. Oh, no. While I was in the shower, I discovered right there that's just cured epoxy. Oh, I think I'm just gonna have to cut it. It's like an inch from my scalp. Got myself a new uniform after the events of last night. Oh my gosh. Oh no. At least it was like sort of in the middle of my head, I guess. Although, to be honest, this is not covering that much of my hair and I don't think it's gonna stay on. At least it's kind of keeping in check the little spikes of hair I have coming off my head right here. I'll see what I got done in a day and I'll think like, what the heck, how did I do so little? But then I'll have a moment like just now where it took me 2 hours to cut and fit and adjust and prep all those pieces just to get ready for what then on camera took me like 3 minutes to install. So I guess I can cut myself a little bit of slack. Not too much though. So now the motor well is all built. I still need to drill a drain hole, add a couple pieces to the sides, and then I think I'm just gonna fiberglass the whole thing. But in the meantime, now I can frame this out for the deck, just like I did in the front. And luckily those pieces, I think, are all already cut out and epoxied and ready to go, so this shouldn't take as long, hopefully. one more thing I have to do before I can start slapping decks on there. I'm supposed to reinforce with some extra plywood places where the hardware is going to go. I don't know where I'm gonna put hardware, actually. So I'm just gonna reinforce the entire edge of the deck. I'm pretty much completely out of epoxy. I already ordered some more and it's supposed to get here today, but it is not here yet. So I think I'm going to pivot before I actually install the decks and put them out there permanently. I want to figure out whether I'm staining them because I'm gonna have to do that. If I do it, I'm gonna have to do it before I put epoxy on them. So my problem is that the thicker plywood, I really like the color that it comes out as when you just put epoxy on it. I'm totally happy with that color, but the thicker plywood and the thinner plywood come out to totally different colors when you put epoxy on them. I'm gonna have some of each. The 1/2 inch on the decks and the 3/8 on the outside of the walls that I built in the last boat episode. So I want them to look the same color. So I'm not sure if I need to stain everything or maybe if I can just stain the 3/8 to look closer to how the 1/2 inch looks once it's epoxied. So while I wait for UPS to show up, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting. Okay, I got a stain that, at least based on the picture, looks pretty much exactly like the epoxied plywood. Let's see. Oh, that's dark. Oh my gosh, that's really dark. This is my gripe with buying the stain. The sample size is only cost a couple dollars less than the full size. And they're never anywhere near accurate to the picture on the front since it depends on the wood that you're buying. I feel like it should be in like lotion stores where there's a tester bottle. You can bring a scrap of wood and kind of dabble around with things. Because it never turns out how I want it. Oh, it's like purple. Okay, wait, that's a little better. Why is it doing that? Is it because I didn't condition it? Okay, because the parts where it doesn't look purple, it's not so far off. I think that's gonna have to do. As I was just learning how expensive wood conditioner is, at the same time as I was thinking about diluting the stain with some mineral spirits because it is darker than I would really prefer, I wondered, could I just use mineral spirits as my wood conditioner? Internet says yes. And if that's true, will it also lighten it a little bit and kill two birds with one stone? We're gonna find out. It is not promising so far. It does seem a little bit lighter. Also, like, has a bit of a sickly hue to it. I don't know about that. I do kind of like it once I see it outside. Yeah. Looks so much better on the 1/2 inch though. Oh, so much better. I guess I just like that wood better. I just made an exceptionally dumb miscalculation. Cut this too short, so that's exciting for me. Okay, let me take a little break. big goal for today is to get both of the decks and the walls dry fit and totally done, ready for the final install. I think I can do it.
Just as the sunrise starts to show on up the motorway, know you felt this way before. I can't recall the time and day. Don't know if life is a small part, something greater. And when you get off this raging road, sings to whatever.
This color is making me rethink my stain plans again. It was quite a nice color. Do you know what? I was editing this video this morning and I realized once again that all stains look good on camera and they all look pretty much the same. But that is not how it looks through my eyeballs.
I let go for all time's sake. I let you stay in my mind. When every minute bends and breaks, always a little bit behind. Don't know if life.
What? Oh.
And when you get up this raging road, seems to whatever. So the last goodbye is getting
Why does every single thing take 1 million years?
and the memories will stick on you like a bird up on your clothes. And the last thing I would like to ask before getting in the sea, did you ever love me? So the last goodbye is getting near, and the stream begins to bowl. And the memories will stick on you like a bird on your boat. And the last thing I would like to ask before getting in the sea, did you ever love me? Did you ever love me?
I was supposed to cut an extra little wedge piece to go right here. It's part of the deck. I was gonna do that today, but totally forgot about it. And when I put my first wall up, I was like, holy moly, why is there so much extra space here? What have I done? But everything is looking good. Everything's fitting just right. Crazy enough. Obviously, I did not quite meet my goal. The decks aren't totally stained or epoxied, and I haven't even started to stain the walls, but pretty dang close. Things are moving.
Did you ever